We'll answer even after hours or after live. We're good about that. We enjoy seeing, because we know everybody can't pop on here this time of the morning. But hey, we're so busy. It was the only time we could figure out we had an hour that we could put that we didn't have anything to do. So, but it's been a great week here. Some rain.
Some rain,
but a little bit of rain, but it's overall, and this morning is absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous.
I said I was running a little bit late, so it was about 6:15 when I came in this morning, and it was just absolutely gorgeous with that kind of mist, how it kind of mist, and we drive by a golf course on our way to work, and they were already out there playing golf, and my husband's going, how, they have some kind of ball that they can see in the dark or what, because it's pretty dark out there.
Yeah, they're getting those sunrise tee times.
Sunrise tee times. I think they're less expensive, right?
Yeah.
I don't play golf, as you can tell. But we are here. We've got lots of things going on.
Yeah.
We have a death in the family. Well, I don't know that it was in the family, but last week.
So if you tuned in last week,
we asked for advice.
We asked for advice on our goose problem. Because we have some geese that are making a mess all over the parking lot and the entryway. We've established they don't have a nest on the property. Might be
we
nearby.
even checked the roof. They even went up and checked the roof.
Garrett and I went up on the roof.
So
there's two geese here.
About an hour.
We have two geese inhabiting our parking lot, and there's like 4 or 5 at a business across the street. And not an hour after last week's live, there was a dead goose along the roadway right in front of, kind of on our tree lawn.
And so my husband wants to know which one of you out there in face back, because we asked to know how to control the geese.
Yeah, we asked you guys for advice on how to get rid of geese. And I don't know if one of you guys just decided to drive about 55 miles an hour down Pleasant Valley Drive.
And
if you did,
you
thank you.
Hit your car with the goose. Poor goose.
Yeah.
He laid out there. We did go out, get him, and he had a burial back in the back.
The goose was properly buried.
He was properly buried, but we were concerned if we aren't going to put CSI on this or anything to find out which one of you did it, but we did have.
And it didn't change anything, because then the geese were
crossed.
We have more geese now. So I'm trying to figure out how that works.
I don't know. We thought that maybe I don't know. But yeah, that was a true story. So I swear, I thought it was a joke. I thought, honestly, when they first sent the picture, I thought it was a turtle. Good morning.
Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Tassie.
Hey, if you're out there, tell us you can hear us. Give us a thumbs up if you can.
Yeah, let us know where you're watching from.
Let us know if you've got a goose problem. Hey, we're here. We talk about a little bit of anything on Thursday mornings. We do during the week. The rest of the week, we try to stay more on target. So we are doing projects and posting projects and things to do with crafting. We did get a little off topic last Friday, simply because, wow, Friday night, Southern Ohio is not where you see the aurora borealis and all of that beautiful northern lights, but last Friday night was like, wow. So Nikki, who is on the other side of the table, say good morning, Nikki.
Good morning.
She's our, our engineer over there, and she's also the one that posts a lot of stuff here on Facebook, all the pictures, the projects. If you saw some of the projects that's on there, most of the time that's going to be Nikki that posted those, and not only posted them, but actually did them. She's got quite the creative mind. And she was the one that took the pictures last Friday night, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So if you got to see the Northern Lights, I think it was mostly, we tried to go out then on Saturday night and Sunday night and nothing.
Yeah.
But it was sure a special treat to be able to see that, and it was so, oh my gosh, it was just crazy, and everybody around it. Since we just had the eclipse a few weeks ago, at the beginning of the month.
Yeah, what are the odds?
What are the odds to turn around and do that? And I don't
apart.
remember ever seeing that, around here. But my understanding is it went across quite a bit of the United States.
Yeah.
So let us
Cliff,
know if you got
good
to
morning.
see him.
Cliff is here from Toledo. Cliff's here, I think, every week.
Yeah, and Cliff probably saw him.
Yeah, Cliff,
did you guys
see the aurora pretty well up in Northwest Ohio? So I have family up in Cleveland, and they were able to see it.
So
being a couple hours north of us. So
that
let us know.
That was kind of Yeah, that was really a nice special treat that we hadn't planned on. But
and I have a request for you guys watching. So if you've seen us before, like people like Cliff, at the end of every live stream, I randomly ask Sherry 3 questions. I don't let her know what they are ahead of time. I generally write them down right before I come in here to mix it up a little bit. How about while this is going on in the comments, how about you guys leave some questions for Sherry? So, if we can get a couple good questions,
about anything.
Anything. It can be about.
I think I mentioned that last
what's your
week.
favorite? It can be anything from what's your favorite restaurant to something in regard to our business.
I have 2 kids. I have 4 grandkids. I've been around a while.
Cliff said, "Yeah, the lights were very bright up in Toledo."
Oh yeah,
I figured they would be.
I figured.
I mean, we saw them down here.
Yeah, I don't know how many miles is that north. 100 miles maybe or something like that. I don't know how far it is to Toledo. I just
about
know
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
Here,
so well, 100 miles or so, just up 75. So not too terribly far.
Good morning,
from
Kat. Kat's a regular here as well.
Hey,
Kat's
good morning, Kat. Good to see you. Thanks for coming back.
Kat is here with a crafting partner. Good morning, Patricia.
Yeah, we enjoy it. And also, if there's something you guys are working on, who last week wanted to know about butterflies? I don't remember.
Her name was Algenia.
Algenia.
Yeah, she asked about butterflies.
Towards the end of the post, or the end of the live, she asked about, do we have butterflies? Because last week we did bees.
Yeah.
So she wanted to know if we had butterflies. So on our website, factorydirect.com, we have this amazing thing called a search box up at the top. And if you go there and you type in butterflies, which is exactly how I found some of this stuff, there were, I think, around 450, 500 different items. And so I just kind of pulled a sampling of some of the things that we have that are butterfly related. But
can't pull everything.
But no, there were 400 and I think over 400 different artificial butterflies. So butterflies like this. These butterflies, monarchs, different colors, all hand painted. Their wings are actually made of feathers, and they put those little dots and such on there. We sell a lot of these, and we have them in different sizes. So one's a little bit bigger. A lot of people, when they're doing something on the wall, they'll use a montage of different ones, different colors. So here's more pastel-y if you're doing something for a mobile or something like that. But then that's just a small sample. We have these. I couldn't figure these out. These are very hippified.
Yeah.
Kind of tie-dyed almost looking. Mm-hmm. And they have, they're not feathers. These, I'm not sure what these are. Some kind of fabric.
Yeah, those are fabric.
Some kind of a fabric thing.
They're nylon. Yeah, they're nylon. It's nylon stretched over
Yeah,
there.
like a piece of fabric, but very pretty. And like I said, so we have regular ones like that. Back here behind us, Nikki had made this wreath, and she'll post a blog, or was I guess a blog, at the end to show you how she made this wreath. Real simple, and she had it on her front door. If you see the post, it's kind of like Where's Waldo. If you look real close in the post, the door picture, the picture of the door that it's hanging on, her husband's hiding and trying to aggravate her in behind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can kind of see his eyeball up in the
just a little bit of Chris.
So kind of like so instead of Where Waldo, it's Where Chris. This doesn't show up extremely well here, but we have this tree. I don't know. I can't remember where I found the tree, but anyhow, you can put butterflies. It would make a really cool centerpiece. If you're doing bouquets, we have, I thought these were kind of cool. See, they kind of jiggle. They have a little spring.
Oh, yeah, they're on springs.
They're on springs back there. And they're like nylon, and you get like an assortment, I think, of 6 different colors. And you can put them in bouquets or centerpieces. Would be fun for a little girl's birthday party. So I thought those were fun. And then we had these magnets. If you're doing camps, it comes in a 2-pack like this. And are these? I'm not sure who these are from. There's something we've gotten from someplace, but you get a 2-pack, I think, for like 99 cents or something like that. But the kids would have fun with these for summer, and then they do as long as you have a magnetic surface. I don't think you guys can see it, but they'll stick to the table back there. That's not magnetic, but I'll stick them up there so you can kind of see them. But yeah, and then other things I found when I was nosing around with all the butterflies. I love these. So these these are for your fairy garden, or you could put them in a flower arrangement. You could put them on a wreath. It's a 3-pack of butterfly houses. Little for like you get them. They're on a stake. Whoops! I get to turn around here right. They got a little baby butterfly on there. This one is, and you get the 3-pack, so you get one of each of these. Super cute. Now, how did I do that? Hold them all so you could kind of see them. Amazing. There, and oh my gosh. Then we even have
little butterfly nets.
It's a set of 2. You can do a little butterfly net. So if you're doing some kind of a fairy garden or a dollhouse type scene. What else have I got here? Oh, I like these. These are really cute, and I think these are really inexpensive. These you could put them indoors or outdoors because they're some kind of a like flexible rubbery stuff, and they come in assorted colors. So the packs will be, I think you get 4, but the packs will be. Let me bring them up. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm not real good at getting
find the camera. There you go.
Find the camera there. There you go. Super cute. Obviously, you can see about what size they are. And then, like, different packs, they just come assorted. So some are dirt, and that'll be assorted. The ones behind it look like they're green and red or something, but different ones.
Looks like Carolyn wrote in, said she loves factory direct craft, and she hopes that we have a good day.
Thank you, Carolyn. Appreciate the kind words. Have a great day as well.
Yeah.
Kat said she loves the houses.
Those are super cute, and they're metal. They're a heavy gauge metal, and they are painted with an all-weather paint.
Yep.
So that you can put them outdoors if you're going to do, whether you're putting them in your flower pot outside or in a fairy garden or something like that.
Kat sent a question. We'll save that towards the end.
Oh, a question for me. You know, he surprises me. Somebody seriously asked if I knew. And I was like, no, because if I knew, I probably wouldn't answer.
Yeah, exactly. We always have an outline for a lot of the topics, but the questions I never discuss with her ahead of time.
No, he doesn't. He truthfully surprises me. So,
and when I wasn't lying when I say I generally about 5 minutes before I walk in here, I'm like, all right, I'm going to ask this, and this.
So some of them I'm like, where did he come up with that one?
Desperation.
Then we have these. Oh my gosh, last week we showed you the different bees we have. This week we can show you the different ornaments. They're metal, and they've got the little attach. These are fantastic. I don't know if you can see, but there's like a 10-punch star. So it's like 10-punched metal across there. I need to straighten up his antennae a little bit, but you can adjust him once you get him. But these are fantastic for putting on wreaths. Obviously, you could hang them on a tree. You could add them to a flower arrangement. They would make such cute if you were having a garden party or something like that. Attach a name tag, and you'd have a really cute place card. So we've got that. What else have we got? Oh, we've got these. We've got cutouts. This is only one of them. This one's pretty good size, you can see. We have, I think, 4, 5, 6 different shaped butterflies. This one's, the open wing. We have a closed wing. When you come to Factory Direct, you're going to have a large selection of
pretty much everything.
Thousands and thousands of items. So
40,000 items.
I mean,
plus.
We don't specialize, like we said last week, we don't specialize in scrapbooking and we don't do sewing and knitting. But if you're into flower arrangements, if you're into home decor, if you're into kids projects, which these again would be perfect for doing kids projects for summer. We've got butterflies, we've got boats, we've got dogs, pets, and we do have them where you can search on the website, like if you're doing some of the different vacation Bible school themes, safari, or, whatever the different themes, we've got that. And like I said, most of these are made here in the United States, and we create the design, and then they're laser cut out.
Yep.
It's like a hard birch, Baltic birch.
Giant.
Oh, I forgot the big one up there. This sucker. Oh my gosh, I can reach it. Can you reach him?
Yeah.
I had a hard time getting him up here. He's hooked. Look if you want a butterfly and you're having a party, we don't have tons of these left. But now that's a butterfly.
It's
He
big.
is big. Yep. I thought he was pretty cool looking.
It is very
I didn't
cool.
even remember having him. And he's got these
good detail. These long
ribbon
streamers.
things. I mean, he would be just great for. I just could see a garden party or some kind of party or something. Yeah. We only have about 50 of them, I think, left. There weren't tons and tons left. But
stay.
Yeah, stay.
He's
got a hook, so you could hook him. So we hooked him on the picture. And then I found these little suckers. These are little like trinket boxes, and they come in a pack of 12. It's like a hard acrylic. This is one of our more popular items, and I thought these would be really cute also for a little girl's birthday party, or if you're having some kind of a fantasy wedding, or something in the lid, and you could put some little trinkets and things in there. But cute little gift idea, about that tiny but mighty. Dynamite. That's what they used to say. My mom's real short, and that's what they always called her, was Dynamite.
Dynamite?
Because she was little, but she was mighty.
She called my wife that. She's 5'1".
Well, yeah.
She's a foot shorter than me.
There you go. Yeah, you should call her Dynamite, a little bit mighty. So.
Yeah, and make sure you guys let us know where you're watching from. It was kind of cool. I always go back through the previous week's lives and look for questions and stuff. And it was kind of neat. Last week we had people from Australia, people from the UK, people from Alaska.
Yeah, there were people. They usually trickle in for a couple days, and we love that. I think we've got a question over here from Kat. She says we need more fairy garden.
No, she said she needs new fairy garden furniture. She's going to go shopping after her craft class today.
We have quite a bit of all kinds of different things, of different fairy garden things. We've continued to carry it because it really melds well into all of our dollhouse miniatures. And again, some of the dollhouse miniatures can work well for a fairy garden.
Not gonna read the question, David. No, I think that's a troll.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, those happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's okay. They'll be on there.
We'll
you
have
want to
fun.
be my friend type thing.
Yeah.
Usually, you look really nice. Do you want to be my friend?
Well, the person
I didn't see what they asked.
They're asking if we sell adult diapers. No.
No, we do not.
Craft supply. We'll stick to
craft supplies. We do stick to craft supplies or things along the home dec line. We
Yeah.
sell popular
Home
things.
decor,
Some of the
craft
most
supplies.
popular things are, we sell like things for country primitive decor, but we also sell things that you can do modern. And of course, obviously with modern, Nikki was working on a craft the other day, and I didn't even know we had these really cool unfinished wood handles. And I was like, and we started looking at them going, oh my gosh, think of all the things you can do. We've got, I don't know, real inexpensive 4-pack. So that craft will be coming. She's going to do a tray with those for summer. But we wanted a special wood cutout for some of that stuff. So that was they were designing that actually this morning when I was down in photography and down in creatives down there. They were doing, they're going to do summer and I think the word fall. So we can say hello summer, hello fall. We figured we already had hello spring, and I don't know what happened to summer and fall. We didn't have those. So that part was coming too.
Sherry, good morning. Sherry's in Texas.
Hey, Sherry.
Patricia
from
said
Texas.
she's viewing pretty close. She's in Xenia.
Oh, that is real close. Yeah, Xenia, site of the 74 tornado that I'm old enough to remember.
Yeah, the F5, right? It's like I think the largest tornado ever hit Ohio or something like that.
I think so. Yeah, did a lot of devastation, a lot of death. My father actually went in there after the tornado. He worked for managed a propane company, so he loaded up the truck and took it
like with tanks and stuff.
Tanks and stuff. So because with propane they can run lighting, they can run refrigeration and stuff. So he got permission. He called and got permission from the company and took a load of propane to Xenia that night. Yeah, so he was came home and just talked about the devastation.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then we have Nikki. If you guys saw, Nikki did a project recently.
She did it yesterday. I mean, I don't think she made it yesterday, but she posted it yesterday.
Yes.
And this was just so cute. And I mean,
that turned out awesome.
This turned out awesome. And not how long? Not very long.
Oh,
Again,
maybe we'll say half an hour.
Yeah, probably waiting for the paint to dry.
I had to put a couple coats on it. But you took a hair dryer and dried it, and it was super simple.
And then you could, if you wanted shiny, you could put a different kind of paint. Some of the people, she posted this yesterday. She'll post a link again today. Some people suggested she paint these red, white, and blue. Some people suggested the stars, but that's
a lot of different ways.
I pulled that. I got something.
Got it.
So That's why crafting is so cool, because you can do whatever you want to personalize it. You can do. So, but anyhow, this is what it looks like when you start.
Yeah.
So it's a metal. So if you don't want to do the flag thing, we have, I think this one's 15 inches diameter. We also have it in a smaller 12-inch size diameter. So you can do, like if you want to do a wall, wall display. And it's got a hook on the back, a metal hook. And here, I'll show you. So you can hang it up there. If you see that. Yeah, so kind of cool.
But you can group them together.
Yeah,
A lot of different ways you can do it.
So you know what I was thinking with the smaller, I was looking at them yesterday when she'd done this, and I thought the smaller and the larger together, you could make a snowman.
Oh,
you could.
Yeah, right? Wouldn't that be cute? I thought, yeah, but not right now. But coming. But this one, oh yes, oh my gosh, hundreds of thousands of people looked at this one yesterday, and we sold a lot of the fans and some of the USA, because the USA is made here. The blades aren't, but the USA is like this butterfly. It'll come looking like this as far as the wood. It's and it is cut out here in the USA.
Yeah, David said the French flag is also red, white, and blue. Yeah, I mean,
yes, the tricolor, right?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, the tricolor. That's
say
exactly what he said.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I took French in high school.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, I took German.
But I don't remember a lot of it. That
Cliff
was
said,
at least 5 years ago.
Cliff said, I remember that tornado my senior year of high school. We went door to door and collected clothes and food. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sent a semi-load full of supplies.
Yeah, I'm sure they were, that was, I think, a real eye-opener to the, I was also in high school, and my sister and my parents were at work, and my dad was freaking out, and there was a lot of hail before the tornado, because, I don't know, we lived in West Carrollton, which is just a few miles up the road, and I don't know how far that's, probably maybe 10 miles from Xenia, so it kind of, when it went across from the west, it went that way, and so anyhow, my car was in the driveway, a Nova, and it just looked like a ball peen hammer head with all the hail dings from the hail from the tornado. Yeah, it was really just a lot of work.
Yeah, the closest thing in my life to something like that was a couple years ago when the ones that hit downtown Dayton.
Yeah, we had one. Yeah, that took
driving
out.
Up through there, and there was
it was bad. Yeah, it really was. It hit downtown Dayton. That was right around the time that there was the shooting downtown, and so they had lots of just a lot of bad stuff with that. And anytime any kind of natural disaster or unnatural disaster, as with the shootings. But it is nice when we see the country come together, or the town come together, and the people come together. And that's not the way it should be, that it takes us to do that, but it is good to see the people.
And I have another question for you guys, whether you're watching live, you're on replay, whatever. As I was going through the comments last week and I saw people from all over the place, I did notice a lot of people saying, my first time seeing you guys, my first time finding you guys, all that stuff. I'm curious as to how you guys found us.
Yeah, that would
whether
be
it was coming across our website through a Google search,
just popped up.
One of our, maybe you saw an ad on, on Facebook or
Instagram or TikTok or wherever.
And if you're following us on Facebook, just let you know, if you don't know, we do have we are on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube.
We have Pinterest. If you're
Pinterest, we have Pinterest.
We probably even have a MySpace back there. From where
from way back in the day.
I don't know. Maybe. It's probably been taken down. Probably not the same.
I think technically, I think my MySpace profile is technically still up. There's not much
there.
There's
a while ago.
But there's a MySpace profile circa 2005, 2006.
Stuff. But
somewhere up
and
there.
if you have joined us late, I sent one of the things I've noticed is that people say, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
Because we introduce ourselves in the beginning, but if you don't,
there might only be 6 people on at that point.
Yeah, at that point. So my name's Sherry, and I founded Factory Direct about 39 years ago. And this is Brian, and we are here every Thursday at 10 Eastern, 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Eastern time. I'm asleep at 10 p.m. I'm old. And we're here to answer any kind of question about the company, about ourselves, about product, Each week, a customer usually gives us an idea for a theme for next week. I'm thinking since next week will be close to Memorial Day, we'll probably do some patriotic type thing display. I always change it up in the back. I'm a big thrift store, flea market stuff, so I like mixing our products with things that I found. So like this week, we've got this little shelf over here. I don't remember where I find it. I have whole rooms here at the warehouse, and if you look on our website, factorydirect.com, you will see actually in some of the photos, a lot of the things that we find. We like containers. We had a watering can a couple weeks ago, coffee pots, all kinds of things. I just love the patina and stuff and what they can lend if you're doing artificial flowers and such as that.
Yeah.
Looks like Sherry.
Sherry and Cliff both came across us on Facebook ads.
Well, that's good to know because we need to know where our dollars are going. And that's good to know. Yeah, it really is. We'll let our team that takes care of the ads, we'll let them know that because it is important for us to know because unfortunately we have to advertise it. It's not like when we first started out.
I was going to say
we
it's
had
a lot
no competition
back then. Than 39 years ago.
39, well, we were online 39 years ago. There probably wasn't an internet. There might have been an internet, but it would have been for like maybe educational or technical people or something. But we have been online since 95, which was, oh my gosh. So we went online, we had a static page, and a static page is like, think we took a page out of our catalog and we posted it. Okay. You couldn't click on it. You couldn't do anything like that. And so we were just so proud because, oh my gosh, like it's when you do anything for the first time and you want mom and everybody to look at it. You're so proud. And we were so proud and we wanted to show it to the customers and we would get comments like, oh, computer, I think my son has a fax machine at the office. Because back then we did everything
probably
on the
carrying
phone.
around a pager.
Yes, it was. Now, I don't even know pagers were I don't even think pagers were out. But then, we were so proud, and what we found out is it was a little too early, especially for the demographics of our age group for our customer, which we love our customer of any age, but we do have some older customers too that we love that too. But it was a little early, but that grew until we don't do the printed catalogs. We haven't done those for about 15 years now.
Still get requests for them every once in a while.
Oh my gosh, it's because it's so expensive, and just
printing,
the mailing, the postage. I mean, we'd have to triple the prices on our things. Probably.
And even if we sent out catalogs,
if I make this design today and it's cut out and we have it in our warehouse next week. That day, it can be live on the website.
Right.
But we only print two, at that time, one catalog or some years two. You're not going to need that. But if you keep an eye, we have a what's new section. And every day, sometimes over the weekend, you'll have a day or two where there's nothing new. But generally, that day, click on what's new, and you'll be able to see what's new, what arrived in our warehouse, and all that kind of thing.
Sherry said she loves the good thrift store finds.
Oh, I love thrift stores. In fact, the other night, it was about 8:30, and my husband, he likes it too. So he goes, what time does the thrift store close? And I said 9 o'clock, and it's real close to where we live. He goes, let's just go down for one night top-offs.
Yeah.
So we didn't spend a dime. We didn't find anything, but sometimes you do. Yeah. But we ran down real quick.
Hilda said, good morning. What do you sell?
Oh my gosh, honey, what we sell? We sell craft supplies, your basic supplies. So you've got chenille pins and wiggle eyes and pom-poms and all that sort of thing, your basic craft supplies. But then we go further. We do dollhouse miniatures. We have a selection of around 27,000 dollhouse miniatures that we have spent the last 5 years photographing so that you guys can see close-ups and bottoms and tops and in a hand and all that. We are not done because 5 years isn't enough time to take even though you're working on it all day long.
Yeah.
Artificial flowers is one of our big things. We carry a large variety of every kind of bush and stem and the accessories, the floral tapes, the floral foams, advent wreaths, the things like that. And then we go into seasonal decor. So big on Christmas supplies, Halloween, fall,
garlands,
St. Mardi Gras. So, pop on over to our website, Factory Direct, and just start nosing around, like I said, and joking. But it's true.
FactoryDirect.com.
There is a search bar up there at the top. And
and there's
pop in there,
categories
or there's categories. It's so massive that I think sometimes it does overwhelm people. But we've got a lot of product. But if you can't find what you want, we have live chat available Monday through Friday. Yep. You can pop on there, say hi to operators like Brian, actually works in the operator, Nikki, who's on the other side of the table. We're here in the United States. We all speak English. We will, if we don't have the answer for you and we can't get it for you right that moment, we will take your phone number or email, whichever you prefer. We can contact you back and let you answer your question. If you want an additional picture, like maybe we have this picture about 15 ways, but you need to see something else, we can do that. Even if it's just done with our phone, we can get that back to you. Hey, like I said last week, you guys sign our paycheck and we work for you.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think that's real important for everybody to know, and that's the advantage when you're purchasing from a U.S.-based Springboro, Ohio, for somebody that wasn't here in the beginning, is where we're at. We have a warehouse here down in the southwest corner of the state, and we'll do anything, just about.
Yep. Ready for some questions?
Okay.
All right, Kat wanted to know, what is your favorite crafting style?
Oh, crafting style. Ooh. I like clean. I don't like foo-foo, so I like clean lines on stuff. So I enjoy working with the wood pieces where I can make them kind of lean towards a mid-century modern look. And then but for Christmas, anything goes. It doesn't have to be any style. And again, like I said, I like blending old and new together.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you have a favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant? Well,
anywhere. I mean, it doesn't have to be like your favorite restaurant in Springboro.
No, I haven't been to any of the new restaurants up here in Springboro. There used to be a restaurant up in Springboro. It used to be my favorite. It was in the funeral. It's in what was now the funeral home. It was a really cool restaurant, an old house up there, but they turned it into the funeral home. But so I haven't been to visit, thankfully, for a while. But that was a fun restaurant. I don't remember the names of it. But favorite restaurants, all in all, my husband and I really like all kinds of ethnic foods. So there is a little Vietnamese hole-in-the-wall place out. Nikki's over there. Out here in East Dayton. And we pop in over there for a good bowl of noodles or something. That's always a favorite.
Kat said when you're talking about your cousin, she said, yeah, so do I, old world eclectic.
Yes, exactly. That's why I always say it's very eclectic. It's not really any style. It's just kind of things I like.
Yeah.
Things I find, because that's the thing when you're going to thrift stores, flea markets, etc. You don't know what you're going to find.
Yeah.
But and then I really like to take artificial flowers, and you'll see I've done several here, and blend them in with some of the old pots and the old coffee pots, and I have a watering can that's to die for that I found that's still got the label on and stuff, and I found that down at the flea market, I think for $2. I was like, oh my God, people, this is too. And I love ladders. I don't even realize how many ladders I have back there in photography. So I like to put things, and then I put them out on the front porch.
Yeah.
And we live in a condo, but we have a little front porch area, and I put them out there and put different things on them, and I don't know, it's just kind of cool.
Yeah. And then last question before we take off. So, because I know you seem to never stop working, but every once in a while, if you decide to take a break, because for those of you guys that don't know, owning a business is a lot of work. I never ever see her stop working. But I go to sleep. If you try, aside from sleeping, what's your favorite way to relax?
Probably picnic. My husband and I sometimes will actually pack. I have an old 50s, again, throwing back to I like old things. The tablecloth, the one like
the checkered,
yeah,
red and white
it's not red and white checkered. It's actually yellow and white with some big red roses on it, and cotton or linen or something. The type you used to have to iron, but I don't iron it. I just take it out of the dryer and fluff it. And we like to pack. We have an actual picnic basket that who knows where I found that. I think I had some flowers in that. Maybe Nikki can post that from a couple weeks ago, the picture of the old picnic basket I found with all the geraniums. Oh, but anyhow, I took the geraniums out now because, it's time to go picnic. And we like to go for a picnic.
Awesome.
And favorite places to go can be any park, any area. Yeah. It's just peaceful, quiet. Sunday nights at boat ramps are especially entertaining. Do you know why?
Oh, yeah, because watching people try to back trailers on a boat ramp.
And they're fussing, they're tired.
I grew up on Lake Erie,
free entertainment.
I grew up on Lake Erie,
we do
so
that occasionally.
I've seen.
We haven't done that
I've
for a
seen
while.
cars go into the water.
Oh yeah, all that
I've
fun
seen
stuff,
boats hit boat trailers hit boat docks.
So anyhow, that's probably
Yeah.
that'd even almost be. My husband would say that would be our favorite restaurant wherever we have a picnic.
Where we have a picnic?
Yeah,
That's a good one.
It's kind of cool.
Kat, thanks for coming in. Kat said she had to take off because her craft class is starting in just a few minutes.
Have a great.
So
We'd
hopefully
like
we'll
to
see
know
you
about
next
your
week.
craft class. Tell us.
Yeah,
about your craft class next week.
Leave a comment when you come back. Let us
Yeah.
know what you're doing in class,
Yeah,
what you're
that
teaching
sounds
about.
fun. So if you've got any other questions, if you've got any questions for next week,
Yeah,
if you're here
even if you're on
replay,
replay. Yep.
yeah, we love our replay people because that's usually our people that
Yeah.
are further out sometimes.
Yeah, let us know where you're
because
watching
they're still
from.
sleeping when we're here talking or something.
Yeah, let us know where you're watching
Yeah.
from. Let us know how you found us.
Yeah, that's important too. And like I said before, we love you guys because you sign our paychecks.
That's right.
Have a good one.